Hello friends, it's Miss Brooke, and I'm so happy that you're joining me for Storytime today. Today's story is going to be super fancy, very magnifique, and a little ooh la la. Do you know what book we might be reading today? Well, if you guessed Fancy Nancy, you're right! So today we're going to be reading about all things fancy with Fancy Nancy. Do you know Fancy Nancy? She's super fun. So I thought before we read the book, maybe we should go to our closet, get a little dressed up, and get fancy to read the book. Does that sound fun? Awesome! Let's go! Isn't it just so much fun getting all dressed up and fancy just like Nancy? I love dressing up. Alright, well, let's get ready to read the book. Alrighty friends, are you guys ready to start our story? Let's jump right in. So it's Fancy Nancy, and it's illustrated by Robin Preiss Glasser and written by Jane O'Connor. Wow, look at this. This is Nancy's room. Lots of stuff going on. I just love being fancy. My favorite color is fuchsia. That's a fancy way of saying purple. I like to write my name with a pen that has a plume. That's a fancy way of saying feather. And I can't wait to learn French because everything in French sounds so fancy. Nobody in my family is fancy at all. They never even ask for sprinkles on their ice cream. Do you guys like sprinkles on your ice cream? I love sprinkles on my ice cream. There's a lot that my family doesn't understand. Lace-trimmed socks do help me play soccer better. Sandwiches definitely taste better when you stick in frilly toothpicks. A princess is supposed to keep her tiara on. What's a fancy girl to do? I asked my doll Maribel. Her full name is Maribel Lavina Chandelier. Nancy's silly, huh? Then I get an idea that is stupendous. That's fancy for great. Maybe I can teach my family how to be fancy. I make an ad and stick it on the fridge, and it says, "Learn to be fancy with lessons from Nancy, starting today, easy, fun, and free." Oh, she's giving lessons to her family. Soon there's a knock on my door. My family saw the ad. They wanted to get started right away. The trouble is, though, my family doesn't have any fancy clothes. That's okay. I go find... Ooh, what is that fancy word? Oh, yes, some accessories. I think Nancy likes her accessories. Ooh la la, my family is looking posh. That's a fancy word for fancy. My mom twirls in front of the mirror. Why don't we go somewhere fancy tonight? How about dinner at the King's Crown, Dad suggests? Wow, my parents are acting fancier already. May I escort you lovely ladies outside? Our limousine is waiting. My dad is our chauffeur. That's a fancy word for driver. When we arrive at the King's Crown, everyone looks up. They probably think we're movie stars. Everyone's like, wow, look at them. I am so proud of my whole family. They eat with their pinkies up, and they call each other darling. For dessert, let's have parfaits, Mom says. That's French for ice cream sundaes. Amazing! My mother knows French. When our parfaits are ready, I curtsy and say merci. I carry the tray like a fancy waiter. Oops, I trip, I slip. The tray does a double flip. Oh no. I don't feel fancy anymore. I want to go home. After that, I get all cleaned up. I put on my dressing gown. That's a fancy word for bathrobe. I feel much better. Now I'm ready for a parfait. I tell my parents, thank you for being fancy with us tonight. Ice cream sundaes, that looks yummy. I love you, my dad says. I love you, my mom says. And all I say back is, I love you too. Because there isn't a fancier, better way of saying that. The end. Alrighty, friends. Well, if you like the book, give this video a big thumbs up and tell me, maybe you want to email me or send me a picture of you getting all dressed up, all fancy, just like Nancy did. Does that sound fun? I would love to see pictures of you. I love and I miss you guys so much. And don't forget, if you want a book request or you want to tell me what you'd like to see in a future video, you can always email me at learnwithmissbrooke@gmail.com, and I would love to talk with you guys. Alrighty, well, I hope everyone's staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, my friends.